Hey, all Minnesota artists, man, tap in, man. It's some slots. It's 3 slots open. Motherfucker want to open up for fucking tonight, man. Hit the DM, man. How y'all paper together, man. Motherfucker want to open up for tonight. Hit the DM right now. It's 3 slots open. Hey, when you in Minneapolis, Minnesota, man, come to levels, man. My dog is gonna get you right, Joe.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest THF first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, THF Lil, y'all. Recently he had a show in Minneapolis, Minnesota at a nightclub called Vanquish, and come to find out it has been shot up during his performance. Now it's not really clear what happened, but during that shooting, another THF affiliate by the name of THF G-Baby was shot during the whole ordeal. Now it's looking like he's expected to survive, and we seen the video in which we can't put on YouTube due to their guidelines, but he seemed like he was on the floor after the shooting, and he was very responsive as he spoke to the medics. Now let me tell y'all one thing here before we get into the whole article and everything else. One thing I learned about life, y'all, no matter how tough you are, there's always going to be someone tougher. And the more you put that energy out there that you're the biggest, baddest, and just can't be touched, the more you're going to attract that same energy and bring people who's going to want to test you because they want to see if you're really like that. And to be honest with you, a lot of the times, those are the guys that got nothing to lose, but they just want to see if you really like that. And 9 times out of 10, if you have a name for yourself and you somebody that everybody know, they can catch wreck off you and earn some stripes. Now, going to somebody's hometown where you're not from and bringing that energy out there is always a recipe for disaster. I say that because one thing I learned about guys from Chicago, a lot of them feel like just because they're from Chicago, people are automatically supposed to fear them due to all the stories and the stuff you hear and the things we know about the drill culture. But once again, that energy could be a recipe for disaster because there's going to be guys that's just ready to respond in a negative way over the slightest thing because they feel that they have a point to prove against you, being that you from Chicago. Now, we're not too sure what happened with THF and their concert in Minnesota, but it resulted in THF Lil's concert getting shot up, along with THF G-Baby getting shot as well. There's no confirmation on his condition as of yet, but we hope he's okay, and judging from the video, like I said before, he did seem responsive. Now, to be honest with y'all, when I first heard the news, I was kind of confused because you literally hear nothing about anything happening in Minnesota. Maybe I'm lost, but the only thing you mainly hear about Minnesota is the Vikings. So what could have transpired between the guys where gunshots have erupted during their concert? Now, upon doing my research, I did figure out that whatever nightclub that these guys were performing at, people degraded it and said that it wasn't too much of a good scene, and saying that things like this actually happen because the people that attend that same nightclub tend to be on the rough side. One social media user would say, quote, "Vanquish, another rat hangout," pretty much noting that this place is known for its crime or any type of violence, and everybody already know that this is a well-known spot that you just don't hang out. Now, I stand corrected about my words when I said that I don't know too much about Minnesota or Minneapolis, because another social media user would get in the comments and he would say, quote, "More gun fun in Murderapolis #MurderSh0t. So I'm assuming that they are known for that, but like I said, I don't know too much about it, but it looked like it gets crazy down there. Now around 1 in the morning on the Minnesota Live News app, a notification will come out about an officer needing help in downtown Minneapolis at Vanquish, where they say shots was fired inside on 315 First Avenue. Then another notification will pop up where they say that one person is down and shot in the leg at the entrance of Vanquish in downtown Minneapolis, and police are working to clear the building. Now this goes hand in hand with the video we seen of THF Baby being on the floor and being assisted by medics, and he was in the entrance of the door, so I'm assuming he was the individual that got shot in the leg. So that lets us know that his injuries aren't life-threatening, but whatever went down, he was shot. Now speaking of the energy that I was talking about earlier, the reason why I brought that up is because when you go to THF Baby's last post on Instagram, in the caption he has something very interesting to say, as he would say, quote, "Now everybody hate THF like Chris, but we don't give a ish. Take the hot car and wipe off my prints. Bro, torch this. Someone got my ops getting the belt, you know. My ops getting that belt, you know. My ops getting that belt, you know. Y'all know the rest. #Trouble Crew. #GGRG. #4446. #Free Smirk." So the irony that after posting that, not too long after that, he was the one that ended up shot. And this is why I talk about the energy you carry with you, because who knows what went down, but like I said, it's a mighty coincidence that he's talking like that, and suddenly you see later on that he was the one that was actually shot. Now keep in mind, THF Baby was recently released from prison as well. If I'm not mistaken, it was like 3 months or 4 months ago, and it seems like he's on the same type of time and proving everybody right. Because when he got out, most people was pretty much betting that he was gonna go right back in, being that he's always in and out of jail, unfortunately. Now this time, even though it wasn't jail, he suffered a gunshot wound, and let's see if this actually slows him down. Now as far as the venue, the nightclub Vanquish, I'm hearing a lot of bad things about it, and this goes back to the reviews about the whole situation. They said that they supposed to have metal detectors, weapons down there supposed to be banned, and somehow they still getting weapons in, and not just inside of anywhere, inside of a nightclub. If you ever been inside a nightclub, y'all know sometimes, well most times, it's one way in and one way out. And even if they got a back door, in most cases, it's for the employees and not the club goers. So if something go down in there, you got a bunch of people that's getting trampled, you got some people that might get shot, innocent bystanders, because it's nothing but a small area, it's a small space. Even if it's a big space, when you have a whole bunch of people running because of course they hear shots, everybody's just running on top of each other, somebody bound to lose their life that way as well. So if the shots to go off inside of the nightclub, that's something that they need to look into. Maybe they need to shut the venue down. Maybe it's not safe because they need more security. You know, maybe the security guards are in cahoots with certain people and letting weapons in, because how did a whole weapon get in there in the first place? You know, because who knows, it could have resulted in a whole bunch of people getting shots. And the unfortunate part with that is, usually when you mix liquor with problems and people got weapons on them, it never goes right. And that's the problem with having weapons in nightclubs. As of right now, we don't know how many people have been shot except for just the one that we heard about, which happened to be G-Baby, and he was shot in his leg. But it's looking like that place as a whole is just an unsafe environment. Actually, one guy on Yelp would say, quote, "Just seemed like it was a party room that teenagers would hang out at, not very adult friendly. They can make improvements with the total atmosphere. Hopefully they can figure it out, because it is gorgeous inside of the place. I mean, to have 8 to 12 security guards and metal detectors and getting a pat down just means that there is an ongoing issue here." And clearly, he's right. Now, he just told us that they have 8 to 12 security guards and metal detectors, and you get pat down, and somehow, some people still end up getting weapons in. Somehow, somebody still ended up getting shot. So clearly something ain't right there, man. But as of right now, that's what we're hearing. The whole story behind THF Baby being allegedly shot in the leg at the venue that THF Lil was performing at in Minnesota. Y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm keep on dropping. I'm out.